So about a couple days ago, I graduated with my bachelor's for game development. It was actually a really fun process, honestly. So to celebrate, I thought I'd just go ahead and react to some of my old devlogs and look back at them and figure out what I could have done better with them if I did these updates today. So that being said, let's get right into it. This video is mainly going to cover stuff from Knightlordian RPG. So because Knightlordian RPG has been my main project since 2021, as you can tell, and it's definitely gonna be a fun thing to look into. So I have it open right here. This is my devlog post where I post all of my devlogs I made back then, all from the first version of Nightmare RPG 1.0.6, all the way to the latest version, which is 2.3.0. Oh wait, no, that's unrare. Where is it? 3.16.5. Sorry. I was late about to say no. Okay. All right. So, anyways, I'll be selecting a few today and writing to them and figuring out what could have been done better to with this if redoing all the with basically just redoing all that. So let's get straight into the first the first one, which is boss revamps. Boss revamps is an interesting update because this one is all about hang on a second. Okay, wait, am I recording? What type of fucking question was that? Am I recording? Dude, I'm recording because I oh my god. What I meant to say was is my audio playing? Okay, sorry about that. I meant to say was is the audio playing? So all right, let's get to it. Let's see if we got this. So we're just gonna move out of the intro and cover this
again. And as you can tell, I skipped 3 versions. Well, time to make them up.
Oh my god. So this is basically what Knightlordian used to look like back in like 2021. I'm gonna go ahead and just mute it for a bit just so I can showcase what I've been doing. So here's the first thing. Here's what Knightlord was before it became a passion project today. Now RPG was a test to test out the newest kit at the time called a Droplets RPG kit, and it really wasn't much to think about, honestly. I thought it was just gonna be like your regular game that was just going to trash sometime in the next year or so. Boy, was I wrong, honestly. Was I wrong? Because now it is literally one of my most popular projects. It's actually my most popular project currently. Um, I think the one thing that comes close to it is Affix, but that's not close, honestly. So, Knightlordian is definitely the most popular, one of my most popular projects I've had, but it has died down a bit, but I still enjoy working on it, regardless if it's popular or not. It's kind of common sense, honestly. But yeah, so first thing I want to talk about this was the default UI. The default UI was just the UI is a default UI made of droplets. The only thing I would change was just to make it was just how it was just the coloring because I'm not sure I wasn't a fan of the blue at the time, so I just went with gray instead, and this is what it turned out as. Also, the axes and all that fun stuff. Oh my god, definitely wasn't worth looking into. So yeah, I'm gonna mute it for a bit just so I can show you everything that is going on here. So yeah, this was crazy back then. So I definitely feel like the worlds could have been a lot more designed a lot more better, honestly. Because if you look at it, talking from someone who's played Nightlordian before, I thought this area was basically the basics was basic, and look at it now, definitely I feel like could have been more introduced. Currently, Wintry Fields looks like something like this. I'll probably put a picture up right now, honestly. But basically, that's pretty much what it looks like. So, pretty much. So that's pretty much what it looks like. But in comparison to this, it's definitely a lot better. So I'd say so at least. So yeah, you may be wondering what the hell is update 9 boss revamps? Like, what's the point of this update? And here's where the weird thing comes in. The point of this update was just to make the goddamn bosses bigger. Yes, that's it. Nothing else, nothing more. It was just to make the goddamn bosses bigger. And I called that an update. Oh my god. So, but then again, I mean, that's me, so I will give myself leeway for that, but one thing I could have made a bit better was at least adding if it was going to be boss revamps, what I could have done instead was make him have abilities, if anything. Because boss revamps, making them bigger, this might as well just be called boss resizes. I might as well just call this the boss resize update. Like that's all it really was. So yeah, there's also I think I also showed the updates. Oh no, I didn't. I never did. Damn. Okay, fair enough. I never showed what's it called. So yeah, the Wicked Eyes King and yeah, the Wicked Eyes King was a lot better now, honestly. But yeah, what was West? I've forgotten I learned what. I forgot I was in a public server. Okay, but yeah, basically, what I'm trying to show you is that every game has its beginnings. Honestly, every game has its times where it sucks. Typically, honestly, but and Knightlordian is no exception. It used to suck back then. Definitely has improved a lot. Definitely can add more improvements. I've been have a lot of suggestions. I'm still working with to this day, so just thought keep that in mind too. Honestly, and oh boy, Firestone Warzone. Oh dear God, where do I begin with this? Firestone Warzone was absolutely one of. Oh my God, I'm just so glad we revamped it. So Firestone Warzone was just like the lava bricks were like lava. The lava was just parts. Like that's all it was. It was just a rectangle, and that's about it. Like nothing else. It wasn't that deep. It did all it had was all it was just lava. The lava was just normal bricks itself. Like seriously, like I'm probably like I just feel so obligated just to open up a new one of the oldest versions of Knightlordian RPG I have. Hey everyone, my girlfriend invited me to go on a walk, so we'll be right back. All right, I'm back from my walk. Anyways, on to back to what I was talking about earlier, aka the the archive. So I have no. This is the old place I had of One Night Lord RPG. A lot of Z fighting, a lot of flatness, a lot of kind of rushed stuff at the time. So yeah, my mobs at the time had like spawn points where all the mobs will spawn. So I still have in the original game, so that's pretty much why I have my mobs are set up where like basically the mobs are set up where pretty much where they can just like where I kind of sort of storage and I just like put them in like it's here. So I guess I could probably put on. Basically, these are what these are basically. I probably have this mods folder in this story and storage, and there's like a script that basically spawns in and all that fun stuff. Oh my god! Oh, what the fuck is that big thing? Holy shit! Oh my god! It is a huge. It is way too big for what I was expecting. What the fuck? Oh my god! Enraged, Dark Lost Soul. These are, I think, right now these things are now known as like knights, and these are normal. What these are normal souls, and these are just knights, if I'm correct, instead of enraged lost souls. So, yeah. Oh my god, this is crazy. So, yeah, just looking back at this, I definitely feel like lots of things have come to do. Lots of I feel like have been better, honestly. But then again, I was experimenting, so I don't. I kind of like I'll forgive myself for what I did. But I mean, we all got to start somewhere, so it's not a big deal. Oh my god, this is a really dear God, look how small this is. Oh my lord. But yeah, this shit's really gotten major to the point where like basically, yeah. But yeah, this shit's really ancient, like so ancient to the point where I forgot that these malls were huge at one point. Like, dude, seriously. Like, and you may wonder why I made them so fucking big in the first place. That's because at the time, um, I think at the time, Lords of the Multiverse had like big bosses, and so did Last Chance. So I was like, why not get on the trend? But that was probably a really bad choice, and because it also fucked up the lag and stuff. So the lag just fucked up. So I just made them a bit smaller, and all that fun stuff. And here are the bosses that we have today. So yeah, definitely gonna look into that more honestly. So next up, let's go ahead and look into. Let's actually look at Let's look at a big update that definitely changed the bit of things. So this is not RPG. A couple halfway through 2020, halfway through 2022. So basically, like I think a couple, basically like 6 months later. So yeah, definitely has changed a lot since then. So which I'd say was worth looking into. So definitely was good to. It's definitely good change, honestly. This is when we revamped the swords. The swords revamps have been revamped were revamped in the rework. So these were what the swords used to look like before they were revamped in the rework, and back then the revamps that they had back then were horrible. But I mean, I can see that some people quite like them, but not all of them. So yeah, it really wasn't the best. So then there was also the revamp in Trojanville, so called, I think. Which was, oh my god, that portal room looks so much more. Oh my god, dude, the portal room, what it used to look like. Oh my god, I'm so happy that we revamped it and made it look a lot better, because the current look of the portal room looks a lot better than this. I'm just gonna be real honest with you. Like, god damn, that's huge. Like, god damn, there's so much stuff I wish I could have added in the portal room. I was happy I actually made a lot better, I'll be honestly, but made a lot more designed and like more compacted. So definitely. Oh my god, this is also, what was it? This was the Elker Colossus, which is now called the Elker Elder, I think, if I'm correct. So yeah, pretty much. Dude, I also really wanted to at some point redo the retreats at some point. The retreats are all have had this look for the longest time ever since they've been released. From what I heard, I think correct if I'm wrong, but I think correct if I'm wrong, but I believe what's his name? Oh yeah. I feel like Norcaster said he wanted to make one that was gonna plan on redoing the retreat at some points. Though I might be wrong. So he's probably busy with his exteriors and prior projects, but I mean I really don't know for sure, honestly. So yeah, pretty much. There's that at least. Oh my god, the revamps are crazy. So yeah, that's about it for that. Let's go and move to the Speedstone PF9. So one thing that could change, I feel like would be a lot better now, is definitely just like adding grass, hills, and all that fun stuff, rather than just making it look flat. Because I feel like most of my maps back then were flat. Like, sir. Hey, so I was recording, my computer just shut down on me, it crashed. So, anyways, so yeah, basically, you can tell that there was a lot of things that could have been more built. Honestly, I really want to make. I really at some point really wanted to like Photoshop is be updated. Anyways, I wanted to make the areas less big or less compacted. So, I think when I was working on the rework, I was able to make these changes and make changes that were definitely worth looking into. And this is pretty much what led to it being what it is referred to now as the rework update. So, yeah. So yeah, the revamps were definitely good at the time, but definitely didn't age too well. So, yeah. Anyways, moving on to the next part, which is let's go and move to another look. Okay, so we now need to talk about the Speedstone finale, aka and Empire 4. So Speedstone finale at one point was one of the most overpowered finales ever. It killed you instantly. Like, it was so powerful, in fact, that many people just kill you instantly, and like it was kill you like, oh my god, like overpowered moves. I mean, there's one thing about making. There was that one. There's one thing to make abilities one shot you, but making them undodgeable is a huge other thing, honestly. So basically, one shot and making them undodgeable is a recipe for disaster. So, and that's basically where this guy comes in. Introducing Spadon, the Prince of Demonic Speed. He definitely is a lot more better or a revamp. So, but you can clearly tell. But I think here's when I show where basically like he basically shoots you and you die, and instantly. There's no ifs or no ifs or buts about it. Nothing else. So there's that at least. So yeah, overall definitely wasn't really a good look, and I did change it to make it less powerful, and also change things to make it so it doesn't like kill you instantly. So yeah. Now moving on to yeah. So another tip I would say for game developers who also want to become game developers themselves, want to become game developers themselves, would be to don't make things so hard to the point that it's impossible, like rigged to the point. Um, so like I mean, I feel like there's a difference between making mobs like strong, but also making them impossible to fight because of this or that and all that fun stuff. But yeah, I definitely wish I could have done that better, honestly, which I hope I'll do better next time. So yeah, now let's talk. No, I feel like Empire though. I feel like it has changed a bit, as you can tell from this one. I think so. Yeah. For example, this is the rework version of Empire 4, which is definitely a lot better than the original. So I could potentially possibly show what Speedstone looks like, what Speedstone looks like now, and he definitely looks a lot better. Like, dude, okay, that's definitely good. A huge glow up, like the weapons himself. I mean, he does do his abilities and stuff, but it's definitely a bot. He definitely is, at least he definitely isn't as like, he definitely has more abilities except for that, like, rather than that what our sword he has, like the beam or some shit. Dude, that was the only ability he had. It was even, it was just a copy and paste of this, right? So it really was, it was not, it was, it's basically just an add-on, nothing else. So yeah, there's that. So yeah, so that's pretty much what I've been doing with the rework. The rework was meant to change a few things here and there. So yeah, um, yeah, I'd say it definitely was fun working with. So one thing I did learn from most of the events. Let's talk about events because the events are definitely working. Are definitely something we should definitely look into. A good like example of an event that definitely isn't really well that didn't go too well in Nightlord RPG is the St. Patrick's Day 2023 event. This event was incredibly rigged to the point where I think people were also kind of complaining about it. So I think people complain about it so much to the point where they kind of it made the game a little bit. Dude, okay, so basically the St. Patrick's Day event finale weapon was more powerful than the false edge, which is the most powerful weapon at the time. That shows how rigged it was. And having it be a limited time event where it was impossible. Like, dude, like it was so like, oh my god. Like, let me show you the finale itself, which was Goldie Block. It like that's how much it took just to kill him. And it wasn't that much. And it was quite a bit to it was quite a grind. It's just it wasn't worth the grind at all, honestly, at this rate, honestly. Like, I'm just gonna be real honest with you. So yeah, and people were saying it wasn't worth the grind and all that stuff. So yeah. However, compared to a recent event, take the 250K event for example. It had a lot more. It had a lot more diversity and less like. It had a lot more diversity and less like grind to it. Like it actually had like difficulty and had some form of possibility to work with it. Now, granted, there were a lot of people who were complaining that the event Bros didn't really do too well. For example, I think a good example of this would be like when the boss, for example, like would one shot the players. So what I basically did was make it so that the what he basically had like percentage damage instead. Where basically every hit was the same, even if you had like thousands of HP or just one HP, you still wouldn't receive the same amount of damage, which is like a percent based damage. So yeah, pretty much. Um, Though I will say, this is actually, by the way, work of Spaceman. Who this is the guy who did the abilities on Castro was Spaceman, which honestly I can't really say that you should shout to him still honestly because without his help he definitely would have been our boss honestly. So I mean I said that before, but it's so true honestly. Castro would have definitely wouldn't be the the machine he would be known for in 2000 the 250K event. So yeah, I think a lot of people definitely enjoyed 250K event. I'm not sure if you guys what you guys think about 250K event. Did you enjoy it? Feel free to let me know down below. But yeah, overall, I definitely would say it was worth the grind. Honestly, worth the amount of days, worth the summer just to work on the 250K event. It was a funny story. It actually was inspired by the Mexico trip we had in June of 2025. So having it be inspired by that was a fun time to work with, honestly, and definitely was worth it. So, yeah, that's about it for that, honestly. Um, there's nothing else I can really say about it, honestly. I mean, I guess I could talk about the Doomsword Hellscape. I mean, that's a new empire, but that's really nothing much. I'm not gonna. I have these muted because some of them some of them do have me like y'all may know if you looked at the original video like right now on this channel, you'll see that it basically has me with my hard voice, which was very deep and very quiet because my voice was killing me at the time. Though, as you may have heard, I can definitely feel a lot better, so definitely was worth the wait. Nonetheless, though, I definitely feel like it changed a few things. But now, though, I feel like Empire 7 is definitely a great introduction to what would be a good start to an empire. So I definitely a few things I definitely would change would be the amount of areas to start off with, but hey, I mean we can't really change it now. We can only work through it and work upwards and stuff. Um, so I'm actually I actually will get back to work on Empire 7 once I'm done with this video. I just wanted to make this video quickly just because I wanted to talk about what I feel like have been done better with the older updates. But I feel like with the newer updates, things have definitely looking a lot better. I would love to know your thoughts on it, but definitely have a few things planned for next update. I guess I'll probably go over them right now. Actually, now I haven't and not thinking about it. You won't be able to see this, but basically, yeah. Actually, let me actually do so. So the plans for the upcoming updates are for the upcoming coming updates rather than expansions are other than expansions are as follows. They are the buffing mob XP drops and quest rewards, weapons for the people who have the OG badges, finishing the item index, and that's what I can think of. So here's a bench, I suppose. But yeah, overall, what can we take away from this video? Has Knightlordian come a long way? Definitely. Has it had a lot of changes since its beginning? Yes. Are there definitely more improvements that can definitely be changed in the future? Yes. Do you enjoy working on it? Really? If I have a channel just for Knightlordian Nightmare, I would assume you would already know that by now. And all that fun stuff. I mean, not everything is always meant to be fun, but it definitely is. There are times where I have pains and I'm working on videos and making the game and all that fun stuff. But overall, I'd say it's definitely worth the time, honestly. So yeah. Anyways, I think that's probably going to be it. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. If you guys want to take a look at the game below that I mentioned, then feel free to take a look. Then please be sure to join the link down. Be sure to take a look at the game at the link down below where I mentioned that game. I also have a Discord server where you can be invited. That's where you can be updated on where you can get the latest news, sneak peeks, and all that fun stuff, announcements. Typical game development announcements. So yeah, but I think apart from that, that's really all I have to say. So thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoy and just begin 6 now. Have a good one, and yeah.